topic, hopefully. I'm gonna turn this shit down. Yes. I am Joe Bomb Squad, and these are my game therapy rants. We are gonna come up with a topic at some point, and I am going to hopefully change my armor, and I'm gonna be a little faster. I'm gonna go to my equipment. Let's see if we can get a lighter one. Get that. Let's see here. Movement goes down. Carry warden top. All one night. Brigand armor. We're gonna go with the Alon Knight. Oh wait, no, the Alon Knight is probably not that good. Alright, and you're gonna accent that with some these, and we are gonna use some easier trousers. Boots, infantry boots, old ironclad leggings, and Miracles boots. All right. Just gonna keep going through this. Around the list of the show. And go through this. Bitch. Past a certain area. Yeah, they are. See if I can. Alright, so what am I gonna come up with? I'm gonna come up with something. Stay in there. Alright, yeah, I probably found that funnier than anyone else would have. Let's see here. Alright, here we go. Still a spider there. Alright, he's done. Okay. This is probably the point where I jump. Hopefully I get near something. I gotta get near this. found an area. Alright, I can pick up something. What is that? There's something there. Do not want to get poisoned or whatever. It's a flame butterfly. Ferrous lockstone, cool. This is a different room. Alright. Okay, I have to freaking... I gotta figure out... Okay. Alright, so, a lot of times when I start, shut up, bitch. Alright, a lot of times when I figure out, something, I have to worry about this. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Okay. I just have to take the hit, I think. Gotta be a freaking... What? It's not a freaking thing? Alright, there's the other room. Alright, let's do this. Another room. Oh, I'm on the other side now, I think. Yep, I'm on the other side. I had to do a jumpy jump. Got it. Get back to here so I can kill off this other wizard dude. I wanted to get that frickin' thing. Is that... what's yellow? I don't know what it's yellow. Shit. there. Let's go on the door. This side. I have to find a way in. It's through that area. Alright, and I have to go in another door. Dark torches? Cool. Okay. Purified dragon bone. Let's see here. Bonfire right there. I want it. Let's see here. Doesn't open from the side. This scry stone. The candle's got to mean something. Oh, the cat's in here with me. Thought the cat left. The cat came back. Very nice. Alright. So, kind of left without self-confidence sometimes. Let's see here. Oh, you were talking about all the kids, or the mummified remains of, or the stones of children, the stone sculptures of children. See if I can make it up here. Know how. Oh, I know how. That's how. Okay, cool. I gotta go back up. Just really wish I could get to this. Hey, Mr. Kitty. Wonder. Nope, not even gonna try. if I can find another, oh. That's funny. I don't need a summon, I don't think. Need more spell uses, so I'm gonna have to find a freaking, maybe there's another one of those Pharaoh lock stones out somewhere. It's really weird that you can't lock onto them even though they're still enemies, and I know they're gonna come later. It's annoying as shit. What are you doing, kitty cat? I had to take a short restroom break. Alright. Currently drinking water and smoking a cigarette. I got 10,000. Nice. I have to go up to like 30, I think, in order for me to actually get up there. And freaking All right, so let's come up with a topic. Son of a bitch. I need that freaking goddamn thing. I need it. Hold on. There we go. Let me see if I can do it. I have to attune my spells. Awesome. I have to run now. I'm just gonna punch him. Not fist punch him. Fucking Goku it up and shit. Let's fucking do this. Hopefully they're dying. They're still dying. He's still dying. Move more. I'm gonna punch this motherfucker in the chest. Bitch. Son of a bitch. God damn it. It's not working. Obviously Goku is not that powerful in this world. Shit. Alright, I'm gonna go over here. And I'm gonna do this again. Son of a bitch. God damn it. Fucking son of a bitch. I have run out of spells. He's still running after me. See if I can just environment kill him. Cannot environment kill him. But I close this. You guys aren't coming in. Son of a bitch! God damn it. This sucks ass, dude. I don't want to die. I have like 10,000 souls. Son of a bitch. Alright, see if we can find them one this way and just keep going. Son of a bitch. Alright. Well, I have my thing. All I have to do is... There should be a fucking bonfire around here somewhere. Got him. Oh, I headed him off. Awesome. Son of a bitch. Let's see if we can do this. Head him off, head him off, head him off. Yes! Head him off. Wait, we gotta jump down right here. There is no goddamn bonfire here. But there is a place of getting around and running away. Oh my god, that's a huge boss. I know that's a huge boss. God damn it. Okay, let's get an item first before we fucking die. Or not die. And get another item. Twilight herb. That's cool. Oh shit. Oh, you son of a bitch. I died. Oh well. Got a lot of items. Hopefully I can actually, or Twilight Herb so I can get my spells. Awesome. But I need to get to that frickin' thing. I need to figure out that shit. Alright. Okay. As I was talking about, let's come up with a topic. A lot of times I would, when I didn't have self-confidence, I was, alright, we're gonna have to run past some of these enemies in order to be able to get and keep most of this stuff. I'm gonna run past these guys. Right here, and then run past. Okay, they're gonna run a little bit, and then they're gonna realize there's a bunch of spiders. And then I'm gonna run. Gotcha. Son of a bitch. That almost hit me. Or it did hit me, I think. I have less health. Alright, okay, how do I get to there? Not to there, but... Okay, I think it's... I'm gonna have to drop down somewhere. I gotta drop down here, and I'll be able to go over there to that one. I think. Oh wait, what's this? I don't know why I did that. It's an item. Cool. Cracked eye orb. I'm gonna have to go through my inventory again to see. But yeah, every single time I thought that I didn't have enough confidence in a situation, I would just wait for the confidence of knowing the situation. And I guess that's probably a basis on my personality. As I don't act if I don't have the information, I guess. A lot of times I was, yeah, I'm just gonna go on this side and see if there's one over here. Just broke my ball, cool. God dang it. Just died. That is crazy, dude. Alright, I'm gonna go in here and see what's going on with this stuff. Oh, there's a spider behind there. Piece of shit. Alright, so, message, dwarf required ahead. Ooh, so funny. Anyways, alright, let's see what's going on with this stuff. Oh, that's right. That's cool. Oh, that's right. This is the same area as last time. I really do need to find a way to get into that entrance for the for the souls. Need the souls. Alright, so got him. He's not dead though. Awesome. Alright, let's see here. A lot of times I felt it strange to not know anything about a situation and just go with it. You know, it's like it was really hard for me to go off of playing it up just the ear. But as I went along and got confidence, I was able to realize that through certain situations, you don't always have to know what's going on in order to be able to be helpful. But a lot of times, it's easier to be more confident and know your goal, I guess, as far as what you need to do, as far as what you want to do. Okay, that's the area where... Okay, that's weird. Let's see if I can fall down there. But first, I'm gonna see if I can murder this guy. Got him. Okay, we're gonna fall down. Awesome. I really wish I didn't fall that far. That's great. There we go. There were a lot of times when I thought that by me not having enough information, I wouldn't do a good enough job. And in some cases you wouldn't, like in some cases, but also too, in not many cases, that's what I think my job called for, or whatever I in a relationship too, I guess. Sometimes I was I'm not like taking that into consideration, but taking that into consideration as well, I think. Not that in that same area or in that same subject. I'm not treating that situation as if it were the same kind of situation, but I think knowing that knowing that most of the situations that I had ever been in knowing that most of the situations that I had ever been in, I decided not to stress over it too much. But I did have that thing about me sometimes where I would panic over the slightest detail. It made me better at my job sometimes, but it didn't make me more safe or safe feeling as a human being. It kind of put me in an uneasy fog, I guess, sometimes. And as I kind of realized that there were some inconsistencies where I was I noticed that situations beyond my control, I think, they really got me out of my elements, I think, and made me a little bit more of an experienced individual. But also, too, I think that, that living in that certain, alright, run back, here I go. Alright. Thinking back, a lot of times I saw, what was it, a bigger responsibility, I think. And when I saw that bigger responsibility come to flourish, or see myself awesome. And I am out of stuff to throw. Awesome. Here we go. Gotta go through my item box. Inventory. Inventory. Awesome. Alright. Now I have to... Awesome. I noticed that a lot of times whenever I would slightly get my confidence level back is when I actually started knowing stuff about the situation, about any situation that was going on. And the more I started believing in myself, the more I started actually seeing progress in that situation. And the more I started that situation with a better off understanding of who I was as a person, the more I had confidence in myself. So I think that it wasn't what the situation that I wanted to see. It wasn't me losing that confidence every single time a situation that was challenging came along. It was more so the fact that it was more so the fact that that I found it challenging because I didn't know myself enough. And it's not like what you are or who you know yourself to be. It's moreover what you find yourself, or where you find yourself at in your life. Like, it's like I didn't feel my most confident as a certain person, or not as a certain person, but or not like I was faking like I was someone else. But the more I found myself in a particular situation, I felt that I only lacked confidence because of what I was actually lacking inside. And not exactly lacking anything inside, but lacking not discipline, I guess. It was more knowledge. Lacking knowledge of self. And I think that's what brought me back to knowing so many different things in a short period of time. And I think that knowing those things in a short period of time led me to be able to couple answers with one another. Shit. Got him. Alright, hopefully I am not too far. Alright, there's some more bugs I need to... heal. And now hopefully I have gotten to a point where I can... Shit. Son of a bitch. I don't want to be poisoned. My sorcerer's staff is at risk. Gotta go get it. Redone. And I think I have 20,000 now. As far as the stuff that I need to go to. Okay, go through here. I ran around. And where are my goddamn souls? I think I went around here. Man, I think I died again before I did that, so... But the more I started to see a pattern, the more I started to realize that that the more confidence I had in myself, the more I'd be able to see that pattern, or to be able to understand that pattern, or be able to understand what that pattern meant to me. And the more I started realizing alright. The more I started realizing those patterns to be there they are. Gotta get them from right. Gotta. Alright. Alright, I gotta jump on this. Got it. Ooh, 20,000. Awesome. If I get 40,000, I'll be able to get everything that I need. I need to get some of that herb stuff, or that herb, the twinkling herb or whatever, or twilight herb. That's what it's called. I'd say the more that I realized that I was gifted in realizing patterns and understanding situations, the more I started realizing that it didn't matter how I felt about anyone else. It's the reason why I kind of lose focus, I guess, sometimes when I get emotional. It's not because I'm not used to it, it's because I don't give myself enough credit, I guess, to be able to hold on to hate, or I don't know how I feel about it, but it's like I know the more I alright. I know the more I hold on to it, the more it oh, is it a dark cavern? I don't know. Alright, got it. Alright, so the more I notice certain patterns. Alright, I'm going in circles. I might as well go to the boss. But I gotta get my spells back first. Alright, hopefully I can get to a freaking bonfire. But yeah, when I lacked confidence, it was the most times that I had panic. But when I held on to something that I usually thought was what's the word? When I held on to a thought that I knew was comforting, Like, then it usually turned out all right. And sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with me, but that's basically the stuff that I had to work up to in order to be able to be the kind of person that I really wanted to be able to understand the situations that would actually unfold in my life. There we go. I only have one of those, but we gotta do this. I am going to equip that. I know I sound like Agent Smith or something like that, but here we go. Is there anything else I need? Restore equipment durability. Alright, I need to do this. Awesome. Okay, hopefully this is not a boss, but I think it is. It's a boss. I guess it's like a spider woman, or maybe just a bunch of spiders, or maybe both. It's a big spider. That is taking half of my shit. That is not doing enough damage. Alright, I forgot about this. I should have equipped something to be able to get my spells back easily. 2 of these. Son of a bitch. Alright, here we go. Destroying his own peeps. It's cool. Only like 4 health though. So not far enough away. And I just used my last one. Awesome. Alright, so go in my inventory. Right here. Down, down, down. Son of a bitch. Alright. That's how I didn't die. Awesome. Alright, I didn't die, so all my things are good. Alright, I get it. Be at the bonfire and... Okay, I have to run all the way to this boss if I'm going to be able to beat it. Alright. Alright. Run 2 and then run around. Yeah. And run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Alright, I'm gonna try and jump right here. And then not go in that door. Go down here. Alright. I'm gonna run in. Pretty much figure out all the intricacies of this one. God damn it, O's. Should have gone back home. Oh well. To the fire. Oh well. I have to stretch my arm. A lot of times people, they don't understand why something happens. They don't understand the reason for something happening. And when you're a kid, you don't have a lot of confidence in the situation. And when you're younger, you think that something's happening because of something else. And it's hard to say to yourself, it's hard to say to yourself that you're okay, or that you're fine, or that you're doing something. It's hard to say to someone else that you think everything's going to be okay, or you know everything's going to be okay. And dumbass. But the more you think about certain situations, that was weird. The more you think about certain situations, the more you're able to understand that even though the gravity of that situation, it's like, the more you know, alright, I don't want these 20,000 souls to go to waste, so I'm gonna hurry up, and I'm not gonna talk for this moment. As situations start to unravel whenever you're a young kid, you go back to whenever you had the best moment, or I mean, it wasn't really a moment that you remember, it's more like a feeling, or a sense, or learning how to read, or learning how to do something like very pertinent. And the more I think that you're given flack for that, the more you stop focusing on yourself and focus on other people, because you believe that there is a problem with them, and you believe that that problem itself has to be resolved before you can get anything done. And I think that's the situation that the gravity of the situation that I had been dealing with when I was a young kid. And I felt like that I had gotten so much flack that it was more pertinent for me to figure everyone else out than actually figure myself out. And the more I saw to it that that situation, or that life that I began believing in was in many words draining. I also knew that the more that situation, or my situation, my given situation, was I knew that the more my given situation was present, the more that my present situation would, I don't know, would gain validity, I guess. And I'm gonna go down this thing. Son of a bitch. What's up, dude? I am live streaming. Shut. That was my younger brother. Awesome. That's cool. Didn't even know that there was a spell behind it. But I guess I'm already coming to the end of it. I think what we project about ourselves onto situations is what becomes the situation eventually, because of our own lack of self-confidence, I guess. And whenever we see ourselves in this situation, or whenever I see myself in a situation, I don't lack confidence anymore. And it's like I'm overzealous. You know, I'm overconfident, and I believe that I can do things, and other people are like, no, you can't sometimes. And well, I think that I know where their intentions lie. I know that they're just trying not to make me be a part of everything, because they believe that by doing so, it gives me time to rest. Understandably so, whenever those situations happen, whenever there are situations that are around and you can't feel the existence of an end, I think what you need to be more into, or we have to be into as a person, is things get very dicey whenever you don't have self-confidence, or whenever you believe in something that's, what's the word, and I don't believe in shortcomings, because every person has within them the strength to be able to move on, but in some cases they don't tap into that or think that that's a good thing, because they believe it to be so unattainable. And I think that's a lack of self-confidence. I think that within the rights of yourself, within your own notions, make better choices, and believe that a situation is going to come out all right, and that you'll be just on top, but also you have to realize and get rid of the notion that you're your own main character in life. You can't be. It's impossible. This isn't a story. There's no script. There's nothing happening. Movies get made by things that happen sometimes. But that doesn't mean that every movie gets made while someone's actually living their life. And I know it's like you start to joke about stuff, about things that you think are pertinent to yourself, or pertinent to another person, or you think that that person would enjoy that joke, even though you've never asked them, or even though you've never told them, even though you've never been around them enough to be able to know whether or not that was true. You think that that joke makes it to someone, makes them laugh, and then eventually they just don't like it anymore. But good jokes, or good, smartly opinionated jokes, and actual factual opinions never stop being funny. Or not factual opinions, factual measurements of someone's personality. They never stop being funny. So it's like, think about it before you make the insensitive joke, as you could be making the funniest joke by overlooking everyone's shortcomings and realizing that that's how you change the situation from either a potentially violent to then to potentially the better part of the day, basically. Just experiencing something and realizing that that notion can propel you. That notion can give you self-confidence in the life that you have, and or in your own life if you decide to ever live it. Not to say that you're not, but to say that if you... But I give myself excuses all the time about the reason why I'm being lazy about something. I give myself excuses like, I don't really feel like doing anything anyways, or I don't really feel like doing something anyways. But the more I think I want to... What's the word? The more I want to build something on top of what I already have, like I guess it's all I have. I guess so that's that notion of self-confidence and experience to back it up, and that experience is based off of things that I've learned in history books and other things that I've learned in science books and other things that I've learned in biology and other things that I've learned in other things. So it's a lot harder to prevail when those are the only things that you use, but to apply yourself in is to have confidence. Some people don't even know what confidence actually is. To be able to apply a method to something, to be able to knowingly apply a method to something, is to have confidence. And if you never questioned yourself when you were younger, it's harder to be able to come up with those notions of solution when you're building everything on the outside and not seeing anything that you're making on the inside. Like, understanding that an experiment is biological. You understand that everything that you do with this new element and or new biological thing is basically affecting you in whatever way it is. So as you understand that, even though you're wearing all this masks and things like that, it's still affecting you. Like, it's like it has an irradiated property, but it's like unresponsive radiation, and but it's going a little bit too complicated. But realizing what you set up on the inside to be able to build things on the outside. Realize that as you do go through every single process of building something on the outside, it changes you on the inside. Basically. You become more of a person even though you may have done something heinous or terrible or stupid. And in some cases that can be all the same thing. Comparatively speaking to... Or if you realize that your life, how you take it in that direction, or whatever direction you decide to take it, when you decide that direction, that's confidence. When you undoubtedly decide what direction you're going to take your life in, and actually not only just have a career that you can back up on or you can have as an emergency, but you can take that emergency and turn it into something that no one would ever thought would make any money at all. And that's the point, is when you're on the back end of a trend, people think that nothing else is going to be funny, or nothing else is going to be cool, or nothing else is going to be innovative. This is the future. This is the thing we're doing. It's technically what PR companies use to be able to sell more stuff. but it's what we've adopted as our own consciousnesses, and also in our own confidence, to be able to see something through to the very end until something else comes along. And I think whenever you're in a relationship, or you're seeing something through until something else comes along, that is the most improper way of looking at something or seeing something to the end, because there is no end. It's like you can still sell tapes to people. There's no end. Like, you can still sell stuff. You can still sell CDs, and you can still sell 8-tracks if you wanted to. They're probably worth more money now, because there's less of them. Or maybe even not that there's less of them. There's even more ways to be able to make a certain situation better because of, I don't know, is that a car engine? But as you see that experiment that changes you on the inside, even though you're working with it on the outside, you'll start to realize that every situation changed you up to that point. And it all changed you and made you into the person that you are today. Today, you are either irradiated or confident. You irradiate confidence. I think that's the reason why I realized something, is that was my self-confidence, to be able to go into situations that I wouldn't normally succeed at, and I'd find someone to be able to talk to, and I'd find someone to be able to understand, or I'd find someone to be able to notice. And I think people get tired of that, and they want to live their lives a certain way, or find a new meaning, or something like that. But the more they think internally, the more they're understanding that they're not changing themselves internally. They're trying to change other people so that they can see the reflection, so that they can change themselves accordingly. And that in itself is probably the basis of all comedy or anything like that. Because the more you change, the more someone else changes as they're listening to you, the more you realize that you're not changing at all. But that's, I think, the reason why people get pissed and do stupid shit and do dumb stuff. They realize that they're not changing at all. But they have to understand is they're basically the anchor for a dystopian future. And that dystopian future is their future, but not exactly their future. Not exactly any future at all, but merely the thoughts that are going on in their head have to lead to something, to their own self-confidence, or not deprecating, self-imbued, what is it, self-imbued, style of something. It's their style, basically. Once you get obsessed with something like style or fashion or anything like that, it starts to change you from within. Once you get into a new aspect of something, that's what starts to change you. Realize that if you don't change with your audience sometimes, then your audience walks out on you. At all times. Like, the more you realize that just because of something that shows up as an idea, just because something that shows up as an idea to you does not mean that that thing has been old this entire time, or has been existing forever. But understandably so, we have all existed since the beginning of time. But in realization, as we move from world to world in our own equilibrial reality, we start to see changes, and we start to see movement. And once we start to see movement, we start to think that we are existing. But as we think we exist, do we still exist? As we think we are, do we exist just because? Or do we know that because of ourselves thinking that entire time, not only of us existing, but on this current situation, had that changed us to be able to make sure, like, has that changed you in any way? Have you felt some sort of change within yourself? And notice that that's just your own mind, what's the word? Grasping at what it thinks self-confidence is, and you still trying to grasp it, even though that grasping is just a fleeting notion, I guess. And then I think realizes that people change all the time. You can say that people don't change. You can set up an argument as much as you want to. But as you're going to make up an argument, the more you make people laugh, the wronger you are. The more you make people smile, the more they leave you alone. And the more you make people feel safe, the more they won't just believe you as a person, but they'll understand where you're coming from. No matter what place you say you reside. I think that's what I'm trying to get across. I may have gone off topic a couple times, but through self-confidence, you start to realize that sometimes the only reason you changed was because not the situation, but the way you reacted to it. So there's that. And you're seen as a different person with another different side, even though everyone and anyone is always capable of that. So it's like people who see and show you who you are don't actually know you. They're trying to peg you for a different person so that they themselves can feel safe at night. Realize that before you realize anything. Realize that no other person can help you feel not safer. No other person can help you feel more confident about yourself than you. And that's the experiment, I think, that is the most dangerous. The more you see yourself in your work, the more you realize that you aren't changing because your world is changing around you. Because you feel yourself to be the same. How you understand the notion of change is because you yourself are seeing change. And understanding to be a part of that change is to change yourself. And I'm gonna go now. So, but just to change yourself is nothing, comparatively speaking. And I'm gonna see where's he at? There he is. Okay, that's douchey. He's cheating. See if I can get him with a dark orb. Got him. Oh, you're Wolverine or something. Who cares? Have a good day, and don't just be self-confident. Be your changing self, and you'll be the most confident that you ever were in a situation that sometimes can evolve into something that's embarrassing or anything else. But the more you realize your embarrassment, the more you'll see that the only reason why you're embarrassed is because you know that they have secrets. And yours are out there on display. So you should realize that the more you feel confident, the less you should feel embarrassed. You know? And the more you feel embarrassed, the more you should change for the situation and realize that if you were up there sharing everything, I think that's when the experience, or whatever experience that you're going through, or whatever person you're trying to be a part of, makes sense as a real notion, I guess. And when the human experience or existing experience becomes a part of something that you can't truly ascertain, but what not you're just trying to truly ascertain, but more so the notion that confidence is merely action with a purpose. A positive purpose. An action is always merely just kinetic, always about to happen. So, that's it.